How much do pirates pay for corn?
Oh, God, it's another pirate joke.
A buccaneer.
No. No more pirate jokes. You did one last week. That doesn't count.
Fine.
Give me another one.
What does a farmer say when his corn wouldn't grow?
Okay, it's another corn joke, but fine. What?
Aw, shucks.
Oh, because you have to shuck corn. Right. Okay. What's with the corn, Brian? Do we have a farmer constituent somewhere that you're trying to appeal to? Something?
Well, they are outstanding in their field.
God.
I'm Brian Kwong.
And I'm Mark Ross.
We're Salesforce experts that love talking about technology and Salesforce.
We also love humor. Doesn't mean we're actually good at it.
In the Salesforce community, I'm known as the Salesforce Wizard, likely due to me wearing a wizard hat at Salesforce events.
And I'm known as Salesforce Yoda for pretty much the same reason.
You should see the ears.
We have a passion to help educate and entertain people.
So we've joined forces to create WizardCast.
We've got tips and best practices.
We talk with interesting people.
All mixed with quote-unquote jokes and humor.
Welcome
to the
WizardCast.
Brian.
Hey. 1 second, Mark.
What are you doing? What?
Hold on.
Oh, geez. You're doing it again, aren't you?
I don't know what you're talking about, Mark.
You're playing Minecraft again, aren't you? We're supposed to be recording a podcast, Brian.
I just need to shoot a few more arrows to kill the dragon.
Brian.
Hold on.
Brian, we're professionals here.
Mark, you got me killed. You distracted me once again. You know how long I've been trying to get to the end to kill the dragon?
That's what you get for playing during the podcast.
Look, I only have so many hours in the week to play. It's not my fault you can't record at a more convenient time.
Oh, sure, but Minecraft?
Well,
don't get me wrong. Yeah. I like the Minecraft, but
I know we played Minecraft together.
What about like No Man's Sky? That's awesome. And it's new, and you haven't played it for what, 600 hours?
Yeah, but
yeah.
But I figure I want to actually pay attention to No Man's Sky.
You what? You want to pay? Do you not pay attention when you're playing Minecraft?
I can play. No, I have to pay attention to Minecraft, but it's a lot easier to play Minecraft and
multitask.
Do the podcast at the same time,
right? Because I can
turn down the volume.
Sure.
Right, in Minecraft and not really lose anything, whereas, the volume's occasionally important in No Man's Sky.
You mean turn down the volume on me, Brian, let's be honest.
Well, no, I still have to hear you so I know when you stop talking so I can say something. Because otherwise the podcast would make even less sense.
Brian?
Mark?
Brian, why do I feel like you don't listen to anything I really say?
We would like to thank those who give us money to spend us things, our sponsors.
I see. Suck it up. I'm just gonna scrub my pain away. We're not getting any money anyway, Brian, because you're making all these sponsors up.
Well, look. How am I supposed to attract real sponsors if you keep saying we don't have sponsors already?
So you admit it? They are not actually sponsors.
Think of it as priming the pump, Mark.
Ew.
Like a tip jar.
No. Stop saying things that make me think, ew. Go on.
Today's episode is brought to you by the Farming Intelligence Agency. Yes, the FIA, the ultimate agency for finding out those dark, terrible secrets people don't want others to know. So don't hold back. Tell your secrets on a farm today.
Why would people want to tell their secrets on a farm? Why? That doesn't make any sense.
I know. Good question, Mark. After all, corn has ears and the potatoes have eyes. I guess that's what makes the FIA such an effective resource for gathering information.
All right. That's enough of that. Jeez. Now it's time for...
Awesome. We got a question from a listener named Anon Mouse, who asks...
You mean a non-mouse?
Anon Mouse?
Yeah.
Anon?
An anon?
An add-on? Anon?
Anon. It's a mouse that appears tomorrow. So it's anon.
It's anon.
Yeah.
Versus a nun.
A nun mouse would be a mouse in a cloister.
Don't you pronounce it anonymous?
You said anon mouse. That's not. I don't know what.
Anonymous?
What are you getting at?
It's supposed to be a bad play on anonymous.
No, it's not.
Anon mouse?
Just what's the freaking question?
I keep seeing people tweeting about Winter 16 release notes being out and Winter 17 release notes. So which label is correct and why is it named that?
Well, clearly the answer is that it's Winter 16 because we're in 2016, right?
No.
Right?
No.
No.
Because
No.
winter goes through 2017?
I knew that, Brian. I was just testing you to make sure you knew.
Um,
So generally the way it works is that winter is always the rollover point, right?
Yeah.
And it's weird. It makes people, because it comes out in 2016.
but it's really for 2017?
Yeah, because most of the winter is in 2017.
Yeah.
Think of it like cars.
I mean,
right?
people think winter is like December, but in reality, most of winter is January and February.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, it's like your Toyota Prius 2017 comes out in what, October, September, something like that. So it's kind of like that way of thinking.
really? I can buy the car of the future today?
Oh, God, marketing is not a lost art on you, Brian.
Marketing's an art?
So is there any?
Or is it marketing by art? Like Arthur?
No, it's an art. It's just kind of like, that scary performance art that people do in the middle of the street that makes people just kind of cringe and stay out of the way. But in the meantime, there's somebody standing by recording it so they can put it all up on YouTube because they think it's hilarious. And it's really not. And it's just kind of uncomfortable and makes everybody kind of avoid them. And yet there's this small subset of people that think it's absolutely riotous. And they go to all these videos and they watch them. And for some reason, they're insanely popular and they get ridiculous amounts of views. And I don't get it. What the hell, man?
Okay. Anyways, anything coming out in Winter 17 that you're looking forward to, Mark?
There is some pretty cool stuff, actually.
That you're looking
beta
forward
wise,
to it?
well, yeah, because beta-wise, there's a beta for its new flow. His new flow feature. It's a beta for 2-column flow. Why are you not more happy about this?
So like on a screen, 2-column?
Yeah.
Oh, my phones almost never use screens anymore.
Well, I suppose there's that, but okay, so it is. I guess it's to accompany the fact that they're also going to have flow available in Lightning components now.
That's
which probably will mean you using more screens.
Maybe.
That's pretty nice to be able to essentially develop a very quick input component for customers to use, for users to use.
True. I'm looking forward to the fact that a lot of the things that are in Classic are coming over to Lightning. And this is like another big Lightning.
This is like big Lightning.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I think, quotes is the big one for us because this means now we could use Lightning because before we would have to switch back, and that's just annoying.
Hell, opportunity products. I mean, you had them before, but it was god awful, and it's supposed to be improved now.
Well, that's good.
Also, opportunity teams and account teams,
which is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
list views have been improved.
List views. Oh yeah, list views. List views are going to be a lot better. The filtering is going to be a lot better.
Yeah. Are they changing the navigation too?
Of the list view?
No, just in general.
Well, that's
right.
True.
They're moving it
that's
from
right.
the left menu bar to across the top.
That's a huge one, right? So having no longer having the nav bar on the left, but instead having more of a traditional tab row.
See, I always thought it was on the left because Lightning's supposed to be faster, and so as you're constantly passing all the other user interfaces, you have to say on the left.
I think you're reading too much into it, Brian.
Oh, okay.
Calendar anything is a standard feature now.
So that's GA.
That's GA. You basically pick a date field, and you can make a calendar from it. That's pretty nice.
Call process from process.
Call process from process. Yep, that's handy. So you can have sub processes. Yay! Let's see what else we got. So there's a whole bunch of like Lightning stuff that wasn't previously able. Things like report charts. Certain types of report charts, like funnel charts, weren't available. You couldn't export a report.
Yeah.
There was a bunch of chatter stuff that didn't look or work right. You didn't have external files in Lightning Experience. Like there's a ton of stuff that they find. Actually editing Lightning record pages is GA now. It was a beta before. So that
I didn't know it was.
Yeah.
Beta.
So when we're saying that, like now this is the big Lightning release, like Salesforce when they of course, we love Salesforce, but when they released Lightning, you know they were basically releasing it as MVP 1, right?
It was Lightning.
It was
Light.
minimally viable product, first level. It was, but the thing is, it to us.
Actually, you said MVP. I thought you were referring to like MVP as the program, not minimum viable
No,
product.
minimally viable.
So I'm like, really? They just did this so one MVP would use it? I had lost you for a second.
Because when you're defining design and you're just an iteration of product, you have MVP 1, MVP 2, MVP 3, MVP 4. It's an agile process. Yeah, exactly. So it's essentially MVP 1 is the things you absolutely cannot deal without whatsoever. And I mean, I think a lot of people would agree that they probably set MVP 1 too low. Like they should have had more in it. So
I don't know about that because I think if you kind of look back along the years of what Salesforce used to be,
yeah.
Like say shortly after custom objects came out, that is pretty darn close to what was in the first.
Yeah, but you couldn't even edit the page layouts, man.
Yeah, but I mean,
core aspects.
It was close. So I mean,
well, okay, let's put it this way: Lightning came out in Winter 16, actual Winter 16, and now,
so a year ago,
in Winter 17, we are getting to the point where it is what most people would consider to be usable.
Assuming you're not using URL hacks, you're not using a lot of other functionality.
Not using opportunity products. You're not using.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean
editable page layouts.
In Winter 17, it's going to be harder to find reasons not to make the switch to Lightning experience.
Certainly,
right?
My point is that they existed for a year in a state where most people could not use it. It wasn't even a matter of refusing to use it; they could not use it. And a year later, we are now getting to the point where I would say that we're probably hopping the median. We're probably going over the 50% line of people who could theoretically use it.
Yeah, I would believe that. I'm not sure. I don't think forecasting's in there.
No, it's not.
Right. And we know it's. I don't think customizable is going to be included because that's been no longer. They said they're no longer developing customizable.
Yeah, that's
so
be
it'll
gone.
Just be collaborative.
Yeah, that's gone.
So that'll be another hard push for some people because I know a lot of people who do not like collaborative forecasting as it stands right now.
Yeah, but it is what it is. As it is, there's a lot of stuff that's coming. We still don't have a really good list of the things, like all the features in Salesforce in Classic that are not in Lightning. Though hopefully that will be coming. I think they're working on that.
Yeah, well, there's that nice Lightning report you can run now. Have you seen those?
True, I've heard about it.
So if you click on the Lightning Experience link in Salesforce, one of the options is to do basically like an evaluation report, and it will look at your org, spit out a PDF, and say, hey, we see that you're using these things. Here's something you want to consider. So like if they see that you're using a bunch of custom buttons, they say you want to take a look at those custom buttons because they may not all be supported, i.e. they're URL hacks. Or if you're using quotes, this is obviously before Winter 17. If you're using quotes, they're not supported, so you may either need to wait or consider using something like the quote, whatever they're calling Steelbook now. So it's a nice report. It doesn't give you all the answers, but it kind of gives you the little areas to say, this is where I need to put my focus to see if these handful of items are something that will prevent us from being successful in Lightning experience.
Yeah. So yeah, there's a whole bunch of really cool stuff. I mean, obviously we don't have the time to talk about the entire release notes and everything that's potentially awesome in them, but
that's a great cover considering neither one of us has fully read the release notes.
Brian, you're not supposed to say it. You're not supposed to actually tell people that.
Well, you can edit that out.
I could, but it's kind of fun. Either way, go read the Winter 17 release notes because there is quite a lot of good stuff in there. So, good question from the Anon Mouse, as it were.
I'm just happy we didn't get a question from Mr. Feely. He's a kind of a jerk.
Ace Freely?
Oh, no. I'm sure you've heard of him. He goes by the name IP. Always makes me wonder if his name is really intellectual property.
I think it's Internet Protocol.
I'll have to ask him.
Just make sure you stand back a little ways when you do.
Why? There are times when one of us screws up.
And by one of us, he means him, not me.
Yeah. You may recall an episode of the WizardCast back in April of this year, 2016, if you're listening to this in the future, where I had apologized to Jillian Medill for getting her name wrong.
Yep, he did that.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
That segment was called Brian Apologizes to Jillian Medill, but today's segment...
Oh, no.
is called Brian Apologizes to Jillian Medill and or Chris Landy.
Oh, boy. What'd you do? Whose name did you screw up?
I don't know, maybe both?
Yeah. That's what I thought.
Oh.
I mean, you're not sure?
I'm assuming both.
Yeah, I'm assuming both, too.
Yeah. So, whoever you are, wherever you are, I'm sorry, Jillian and Chris.
Whoever you are? Don't you know by now?
All right, this is what they did to me, okay?
Oh.
All right, this was at Midwest Dreaming, okay? And I've already screwed up once.
Uh-huh.
They swapped their name tags on me. Now, when I see them standing next to each other, I know who's who. It's when they're standing alone. Without the comparison.
Ladies and gentlemen.
And I haven't seen them for a while.
Please look forward to our future segment after Dreamforce. And it will be entitled Brian Apologizes to Jillian Medill and Chris Landy once again. Brian, you are a terrible, terrible person, and I am proud to have you along my side for this ride.
I'm going to have to get, cheating cards. Get their little pictures. If only I had a valid picture, because the picture I have from Midwest Dreaming, I'm pretty sure they're wearing the wrong name tag.
Oh, Brian, I'm gonna let them know you're coming.
I'm sure they already know I'm going to Dreamforce.
No. I'm gonna be 100 yards ahead and be like, "Hey guys, he's coming! Switch! I'm gonna make sure this is too good. You've given me ammunition here.
See, as long as they're together, I can tell, because Jillian's a little bit taller.
Okay.
Than Chris, assuming, of course, they were wearing the right name tags at the time.
All right, so Jillian and Chris,
and Chris's hair is a little.
You're listening
lighter.
to this, ladies. Be sure you're not within 50 yards of each other.
To be fair,
yes.
they dressed very similarly in Midwest Dreaming, especially on the last day.
Their faces are up here, Brian.
Yes, but I look at the whole person.
Uh-huh. That just got awkward.
WizardCast is produced by Brian Kwong and Mark Ross, directed by Brian Kwong and Mark Ross, technical administration by Brian Kwong and Mark Ross, script written by Brian Kwong and Mark Ross, audio editing by Brian Kwong and Mark Ross, website maintenance by Brian Kwong and Mark Ross, random items by Brian Kwong and Mark Ross, and our intern this episode was Josh Wobser.
Send us your interview suggestions, jokes, videos, tips, and feedback to wizardcast@thewizardnews.com, or head over to thewizardnews.com and click Contact WizardCast.
And seriously, Josh, your mom told us what a great fan of our podcast you are for some reason. We don't even quite understand why.
No clue why.
We appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe to the WizardCast and receive our next episode automagically. Once again, I'm Brian.
And I'm the Hercules Mulligan of Salesforce. Not really. I'm not actually close to being the Hercules Mulligan or anything. I just really like the name Hercules Mulligan.
Thanks for listening. What does that even mean?
Go read some history books.
Hercules Mulligan?
Yeah. You what? Why?
Just now I hit record.
Why would you do that?
Because we're going to record the podcast.
That's sacrilege.
How so?
Give me a moment. I'll come up with something.
So this is what it looks like when you roll a natural 1. And our intern this episode was Jeb. Damn it.
You suck.
I did. I said Jeb. I screwed it up.
Jeb.
And it wasn't Bush, yes.
It never is.